Hi Cancer, it's Amber here at Symbols for Living. Hope that you're very, very well. Happy New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas. This is your love reading that will give you some insight into your romantic life for the period of the new year, transitional period. So really from today, New Year's Eve, to the end of the week. So yeah, it looks at how your partner feels and how you feel. It is for your Cancer sun sign, moon sign, ascendant, Venus, or descendant sign. Your descendant sign will be the opposite to your ascendant sign. So your descendant sign would be Cancer if your rising sign is Capricorn. So you may find as a Capricorn rising that this reading is useful to you. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank my subscribers for sticking with me for the past year. For those of you that have, for those of you that have recently joined, and for those of you that just enjoyed this video and that maybe join in the future, I really appreciate your support. And I thank you again for stopping by. For this particular reading, I will be adding in a bonus reading where I'll be looking at your overall compatibility between you and your current love interest or partner. So, with that all being said, yeah, Happy New Year. I hope it's fantastic, by the way, and that all your wishes come true and all your blessings are not blocked and you receive them with open arms and it's way better than you expected. Okay, so we've got the Nine of Wands for the current position of how your partner feels, clarified by the Hanged Man in reverse. So the Hanged Man reverse is someone who has, who maybe isn't taking the time to really try to gain a new perspective on a situation. They're not trying to take the time to do that. They may rather be uncomfortable. They may rather be kind of wrong and strong. You know that saying, like wrong and strong. Maybe being quite stubborn, especially with the Nine of Wands here. This is about someone being stubborn. Also, this is about defensiveness. Some say it's also about paranoia. But I find it can also be someone who's quite determined to be single and will not let anyone in, and maybe puts up lots of reasons as to why no one can get close to them. So it could be that, oh, I've got to work a lot, or oh, I've got this and that to do, but they put up a kind of barrier around them of things and activities that stop people kind of getting in. But either way, this person is being quite defensive with you at the moment. It could also be that they're being defensive against others as well. The Hangman could also signify someone that is out of a period of stagnation, that now has made up their mind, has now taken enough time to think about things and gain a new perspective. And now this person could be quite stubbornly holding on and saying, do you know what, maybe before, maybe in the past, things haven't worked out with me or in my relationships, but I'm going to hang on to this one and I'm going to stick it out and see how it goes, because I now have a new perspective. I now see things very differently. And yeah, this person may feel quite confident about sticking with you. So it could be both ways. So obviously, whatever resonates with you, whatever you're experiencing this New Year's Eve, it's probably going to be one or the other of those things. But looking at the actual cards that came before it, it looks like there was a very, very happy beginning and union very recently between you guys. So, you know, hopefully things are still that way. However, you are currently the Six of Cups. So you currently feel very comfortable with this person. You may feel like they're your soulmate. They could be an old friend. They could be a good friend of the family. You know, this person is very close to your heart, and you already feel very connected to them. So you may already feel that bond. You may kind of in your mind already have given you guys a title, even though you haven't had that conversation. So in your mind, like, you're very connected with this person and feel very emotionally involved with them. And you really feel like you're receiving that back as well. So you feel very comforted and comfortable with this person. And yeah, you're feeling really good. So tonight on New Year's Eve, you may very well feel like you're with family, you're with someone that you feel is very close to you. You'd be feeling quite good about it. Okay. So in the near past, as I said, we have a lot of happy circumstances with the Sun card clarified by the Ace of Cups. So your person seems to have really fallen in love with you, kind of hook, line, and sinker with the Sun card and the Ace of Cups. This person feels like they have met their soulmate as well. And I think that they're willing to I think this is quite a positive combination now. These two central cards of the Nine of Wands and the Hanged Man. It does look to be quite positive now. And I think this person is basically saying that, yeah, they may have had some really rough situations in the past. Maybe you two as a couple have gone through some difficulties. You know, maybe there's been issues with moving, home issues possibly, and things like that. That have caused, maybe put a bit of stress on the relationship, maybe. But ultimately, this person, I think, is really in love with you, and you seem to really be taken to them as well. We do have the Two of Cups in reverse for how you feel. So maybe in the past you may have felt a connection but not allowed it to happen, or you maybe wanted to keep it as friends. It could be that yeah, you may not have wanted to really have this develop into anything, but you do really feel for them, but you may not want a romantic relationship maybe from them at this time. We do have you here with the Four of Coins being your overall lesson for the New Year period. So you may be kind of holding on to what you've got and not really wanting to let people in. Maybe very focused on your own stability, on your own feelings of self-worth, but mainly about your own stability, your own sense of feeling stable, and protecting what it is that you feel to be valuable to you. So you could be kind of protecting a friendship if that is the case. You may not want to have things kind of develop any further. You could be kind of putting your foot down here and saying, no, you know, we either need to move really slowly, or we just really need to really think about whether or not we want to make our friendship into a relationship. Or you could just be being very protective of the situation that you have currently with this person if things are going really well. And maybe there was just a disconnect in the past. Maybe there was an argument. Maybe there was a breakup in the past. Or you could have just made it kind of difficult for this person to kind of be with you. I don't think you've made it easy for some reason. I see you kind of really taking it slow. You kind of friend zone them maybe with the Six of Cups here as well, because I see them being quite resilient, and they could also be quite tired of waiting with the Hangman in reverse. They could feel like it's about time. They could feel like tonight's the night. You know, they may get a chance to speak to you alone. They're not giving up on you, not today anyway. We've got the Lovers card in reverse for their motives, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. So could be a Leo that you're dealing with, and this person is very motivated by making some sort of commitment. Commitment is on their minds. They may be in a bit of a rush as well to commit. They may be really looking for a relationship. They could be kind of hurrying things along, and maybe that's why I kind of get this feeling that you're kind of putting the brakes on a little bit. This person is really wanting this connection, and maybe is not giving it enough thought for the long term, but is more focused on the now. It could also be that that this person that there has been some sort of split. Their mind is very much focused on the split. They could feel like you were very much the love of their life, someone really important to them, and that their lover has now gone. You know, there's been a disconnect. And they may feel that way because they felt very secure with you. They felt very much, you know, your nurturing energy. They very much maybe missed that as well. They may feel like you are almost like the other half of them in some way. You know, I mean, what I mean to say is they may depend on you a lot, you know, for that nurturing. And we've got you here for the position of your subconscious or hidden kind of motives. You've got the Chariot card here. This is your card, Cancer. So you have shown up in your reading, which is fantastic. I love it when that happens. Lets us know that Spirit is paying attention. So with the Chariot card in reverse, sorry, and it's upright, daydreaming. You could be feeling yourself. You could be feeling quite comfortable, focused on family at the moment. You may be just wanting to kind of hold things together for now, in order just to kind of keep a happy home in some way, or there could be a lot of conflicting. You maybe want to avoid conflict, and instead just kind of go with the flow. But there could be two very opposite energies that you're having to deal with, or opposing issues. So I feel like you're kind of dodging this person as well. Your focus could be on traveling as well with the Chariot card. You could maybe be wanting to travel. Possibly, you know, if you are still pursuing this person, you may want to travel to see them. What I'm getting here is that you're kind of holding things together, maybe for the sake of the family. But I just get this feeling like you're pulling things together. And the Chariot card does quite obviously show kind of this king or knight or prince or someone very glamorous who likes to dress up a lot. Is putting something together that he's usually trying to kind of keep things going, keeping things going, like keeping the traction, keeping the momentum, like just keeping things going. And obviously as well, the Chariot card does talk about victory, so you could be quite focused on victory and having a very positive outcome. You could be more focused on a positive outcome. And I feel it's around a person that I think you want to keep as a friend, because then we have got the Three of Cups here for your intentions. And this talks about friendship more than anything, but you could also be looking to really bond with this person and connect emotionally with them. But again, it could be a more of a friendship type of thing. We've got the Three of Swords in reverse for your partner's intentions, with the Moon in reverse as well. So it does talk about clarity. This person is not deluding themselves. They can accept bad news. They're prepared to accept the bad news if it was to come. Like, so if they are maybe waiting on an answer from you, or maybe things are moving slow, they're not kind of they have no intention of creating false expectations for themselves. This person is maybe quite a grounded person. They could be an earth sign as well, but they're not going to delude themselves at all. And they're not confused about their feelings either. Like I said, this person may have taken a long time to think about it. And they know exactly kind of what they want. I think you maybe want to get to know them better and have some fun and keep things a bit light for now. But you do maybe want to get to know this person better and and hope that you guys maybe will bond and develop a friendship at least. Okay, so in the near future, we've got the Ace of Wands in reverse, clarified by the Eight of Coins in reverse. So maybe towards the end of the week, your partner may be feeling a bit dejected and feeling like maybe, there is no spark, or things are not progressing. They may kind of lose hope a little bit. They may not see any new beginning happening. They may feel quite that there is no new start, and maybe there is nothing really to work on here. And then we have got the Page of Pentacles, but again they're quite, sorry, in reverse, but again they're quite grounded here. I don't see them getting like overly emotional or upset. But you here with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you as well, you're not really prepared to make a commitment to this person. But you may still want to kind of keep in contact with them and continue to communicate with them. But I don't feel like you're ready right now to make an investment with this person. You just, for some reason, you may want to do it, but you need more time. You need to kind of know more about this person, because you may feel like you've kind of built up a lot for yourself, and you don't kind of want to give up or risk losing what you've taken so hard to build for yourself in terms of maybe your own security, possibly, financially, or just like emotionally, so yeah. You may not see them as a good investment. I just feel like you're just not ready to be with them. You maybe just want to kind of keep things slow at the moment for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and this person's quite resilient, but they will eventually give up. So just know that. But there's no warning cards here to say, oh no, they're going to give up and they're the one and all this. There's nothing like that really popping out. But with the Lovers card here in reverse, they are kind of giving this some serious contemplation. In fact, there's this person could be maybe a bit more older than you as well. But there are major arcanas for almost every position for this person, and then they have an ace. So they are quite serious, I think. Yeah, I mean, if it is a Leo and they are a fixed sign, this person's quite certain about what they want. They're not confused in any way. They see you and they want you, and but they're very grounded. They're not really overly emotional. I think they really like being around you. You're a lot of fun to be around for them, I think. But they may not have been your cup of tea. You may just be like, they're nice, but there's something, and it could be this friendship issue. So you may want to protect the friendship that you already have. Okay, so Cancer. Love, New Year's Eve. Okay, so we've got young female. So you could be quite attractive. You could be putting yourself out there. We've got dating being in the obstacle. So you may need to go out and date more, possibly. We've got the twin flame as what brings you together. So this person is possibly quite significant to you. You're learning major lessons with them, and it was destined to be. There was some sort of a, I mean, when there are so many major arcanas, it's quite safe to say, and plus you've got the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups, this person probably is a soulmate, and you see them as a soulmate, and you may not want to kind of ruin things. Maybe you're worried about that. We've got the Beauty Queen for what you're learning about. So this could be about you developing your confidence and things like that, and recognizing your own beauty. We've then got the Wallflower for what they're learning about. They're learning maybe to to sit back and wait. Just to be waiting for the party to start, almost. Like, even though there's people behind them dancing around for them, the party has not started. Maybe until you come. Then we've got, you see them as true love. And they see you as spiritual growth. So you do really love this person, and you really do care about them. We've then got past love at the base of the deck. So there could be a history of you for you two as well. Histories of disappointment seem to be a bit of a theme as well. You could be like trying to protect yourself from further broken hearts as you go forward. You could be protecting your heart right now. And that could make you maybe not want you to, maybe you may not want to kind of put yourself out there because of that. We do have the dating queen as an obstacle, so it could be that you're not going out much. You do need to, they are learning about the wallflower. I mean, you may need to learn more that you are very beautiful, you are very attractive. Spirit wants you to know that you are a young female. You're very attractive and very beautiful. You may not be confident about this person's feelings, you know, you may not be confident about moving forward. Not because you don't like them, it's like you may not want to, you might not want to get your heart broken, basically. And you also feel like this person's a good friend as well, and you'd rather kind of keep that. But it looks like you've been brought together for a reason. This person could have been brought to kind of bring you a bit out of your rut, if you are in one, or to bring you out of yourself. This person may be sent to kind of support you through that as well. They do seem to be a pretty nice person. I don't see anything negative about them here. And if they're a Leo, they're definitely going to be fun to be around, or at least not mind going to a party or two, you know. And then we've got true love. So you do see them as like really pure true love, and they see you as spiritual growth. So they're growing a lot through this experience. I think you've given them a lot to think about, maybe through you not kind of maybe playing a bit of hard to get, but not really playing deliberately, but kind of not making it that easy for them, or some experiences that you've been through has really kind of taught them a lot about relationships. And that's maybe why they're quite decided that no matter what, they're going to hang on to you. They see you, I think, as a true gem, even though the card has not shown up here. I do think that they see you as quite special to them, and as someone that's very meaningful in their life, and they are going through a lot of spiritual growth because they've got all this major arcana. So yeah, I think you're just being really patient. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a few more cards for the spiritual aspect of the reading, and then I'm going to do lastly the compatibility reading for you. I'm going to take those 3 cards. Yeah, they're 3. And we've got chop wood at the base of the deck, so there is a certain amount of patience, and yeah, patience that might be required here, or there's a lot of patience being used in this relationship and connection. We've got a deep knowing, message in a bottle, and why. So you may need to kind of get to the reason as to why, you know, you even maybe do or do not want this person, why you're maybe putting the brakes on it, like what is this really. You might need to communicate more with this person about what it is that you see for the future and how you kind of want things to go. You may need to just explain to this person, you know, exactly how you feel in terms of maybe how you see things going. Like if you were to maybe develop things that it could end badly in this way because we're friends and we've got mutual friends and if it didn't work, you might need to have that kind of conversation with them. Maybe over the phone might be easier. Or this person may contact you. We've got a deep knowing. So you do have a deep knowing that this person probably is a soulmate. And it is kind of a karmic connection, and I think you really value it, and you just don't, you wanted to kind of just take things slow, which I guess there's nothing wrong with that at all. And plus this is only for this week anyway, So you're not rushing things this week. So I'm going to pull some cards here for your compatibility, Cancer. But you will have a deep knowing. You are to trust your instincts. If you do have to make a decision around being with this person, or deciding how to move it forward, you will have a deep knowing. You'll know and meditate, take the time, ask the questions why. Why do I want to be with him? Or why do I not want to be with him? Why do I want a relationship? Why do I not want a relationship? Like, what are the reasons? What is really your motivation? And we do have the Chariot card in the position of your motivations. This is you and your energy. So it could be that you need to really take some time to really connect with your own kind of internal inner voice. And that will give you a lot of insight. You'll know what it is, like what drives you, like what it is that excites you, what it is that makes you want to be part of this relationship, what it is that makes you also not want to be part of a relationship, if that's the case. But you may need to do some kind of soul searching at the moment, and I think patience is required. It's nothing's going to happen overnight here, I don't think. Especially with the twin flame energy anyway. It will take time, but I personally don't believe like wholly in the twin flame theory. Sorry. Maybe I need to read more about it. I think people do have these experiences, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like relationships are relationships. Some of them are special, some of them are not, and that's really it. But sometimes some are really, really special, and they really do change you, absolutely. And I guess they could be twin flame relationships, but either way, you know, it's either they work or they don't work. Full stop. So yeah, let's just get 6 cards out for you. But I'm more than happy to look into a reading for you if you felt it was a twin flame thing, and you know, you really wanted to kind of address that. I'm more than happy to look at it from that perspective for you as much as I can, and if I can't, I'll say I can't. Okay, we're going to take that because we've been shuffling for so long. Okay, so Cancer, compatibility, love reading, relationship compatibility, Cancer, New Year's Eve. Okay, so we have got the 5 of Swords in the position of your love styles. So yeah, this is just a very fearful, scared, defensive. Like, you could even say things to make this person go away, you know. But it's like you're trying to maybe protect them from you, or protect them maybe from this going wrong. Like, I think you really want to protect the relationship, and so you actually are pushing this person away, maybe by saying things, being harsh. With the 5 of Cups in your communication sector, there's a lot of talk maybe between you two about positive futures and overcoming obstacles, and you could both share heartbreak stories or experiences that when you kind of talk about it together, it really there's a lot of healing that takes place as well. And you may really feel like you're able to let go when you're talking with this person, and get a lot of things off your chest. And this person may help you also get over your past, or you them as well. We've then got the King of Pentacles in the position of your shared goals. So I think that there is a want here for a long-term commitment, but I think you just see that both differently. I think that you're not on the same page here when it comes to commitment. I don't feel like you want a long-term commitment right now, whereas I think they do. There is an offer that's being made, I think, from this person, and they want to kind of give you a long-term commitment. This person is the, King of Pentacles. It could be an earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, or Capricorn, Taurus, or why is my mind gone blank? Virgo. Yes, I'm a Virgo. Anyway, I have these moments. But yeah, King of Pentacles could be representing this person's star sign as well, and they're probably more likely to be a Taurus. However, you're turning them down and they're not taking the offer, so there is no shared kind of goal. The goal is quite different to each other. We've then got the Three of Coins in the position of your spiritual lesson. So you could be learning to kind of compromise a little bit, work with people, maybe get involved. This is also a lesson about holding your own as well for me. Recognizing your part in this. You may need to take more action in your love life if you want things to improve. It will be kind of an onus will be a little bit on you to get involved, and to kind of make yourself available and to see where you fit in, and to state your place within the relationship or within a group that maybe could help you find someone. We've then got the Seven of Swords in reverse in the position of how you will feel in the relationship. And just for the last one as well, we've got the Empress card here for how things are going to look in the future. And at the base of the deck, we've got the King of Cups, so which talks about emotional balance. So there's a lot of emotional healing, I think, that's happening in the relationship. I think for both of you, and I think your partner has been quite moved by that, and it will be completely open. There'll be no games. It may feel quite effortless as well here, like no efforts being put in. There's no games. There's no premeditated anything. Everything's out in the open. It's almost like you may even be too honest. There won't even be white lies. It'll be very, very, very honest. And yeah, it will be like it would feel like a definite decision has been made on a very mental level. You'll be very decided to be together. And just be very open with each other. That's how it will feel. There could be a certain amount of independence as well. Or maybe this allows for a certain amount of independence from each other. But it will feel very much like a mental connection, equally as an emotional or anything else. There'll be like a meeting of minds, and we do have the Two of Cups here in the near past. And there's a lot of clarity, especially this person with the Three of Swords reversed and the Moon card reversed, and the Hanged Man reversed. There's like a lot of clarity and clear decisions. This really may allow for a lot of honesty and then therefore a lot of freedom in the relationship. We've then got the Empress card here for the near future, in terms of how the future looks for the both of you. So it does still look very fruitful. There's a lot of potential, but maybe nothing really grows from it. There's a lot of potential, and maybe that potential just kind of stays stagnant. It's like a bit of a gold mine underneath you both that doesn't really ever get tapped into. There's a lot of love here though with Empress card. So there's still this kind of romance that could be just not expressed. The seed maybe not be planted, or it's not given any nurturing for it to grow, but there's a lot of potential. But the potential is there, but this does also talk about long periods or things kind of being drawn out, because it relates to pregnancy and there kind of being that gestation period. So that's one thing that I think you're also being told here, that even if you were to actually say, okay, let me try this out, also bear in mind that it will take a little bit of time, but that something really beautiful could actually grow from this if you were to kind of turn it around and give it some attention and actually invest into it. Again, there's issues of beauty here, which I felt has kind of come through in the reading, issues of confidence and feeling beautiful. You may feel like you are ready to be a mother in some way as well. You may feel that you're not beautiful because you don't have children or something like that, or, you could feel that way. There seems to be some pain and hurt that you still maybe are kind of dealing with or getting over. We've got the King of Cups, as I said before, which talks about the overall kind of energy for the relationship. So it will feel like a very emotionally secure relationship, but with it will have it's not purely lovey-dovey. It's also there's like a motive, there's a plan, there's focus in the relationship. Your relationship is kind of going places. It's not just, oh, I'm just in love with you and this is romantic. Like, you guys make plans together, you do things together, you have an objective for the relationship. It's very mature. It'd be a mature relationship where, conversations about marriage and children won't feel weird, especially after time of being together. But also this could talk about this kind of being a relationship that where the emotions are just really balanced, and there's never like an outburst of like an I love you or any kind of grand gesture. It's all very balanced, very mature, very cool, almost like you guys are friends. So that could be what it's saying here as well, that there'll be no kind of grand emotional kind of things happening. It'll be very kind of balanced and chilled and cool. We've got the Nine of Cups at the base of the deck as well of this reading. I think this is representing this Leo that maybe you're seeing, or this earth sign that you're seeing, and how you're kind of making a decision. There's a lot of defensiveness in the relationship. Your partner has got the potential to be defensive. They've also got that same energy of wanting to kind of be on their own and maybe being scared to take a risk. And you don't seem to trust your intuition or trust your emotions in this relationship. Or you may just feel like you need more time and you don't want to make a decision based on your emotions, which is interesting because you're a Cancer. So usually your decisions are based on emotions or how you feel. But it looks like this time you're really kind of trying to think about what's actually going to work. There's a lot of air energy happening at the moment for you. So yeah, this person could be an air sign, could be an earth sign as well, or a fire sign I've seen. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed your reading. I hope that it was insightful and it was helpful to you for this New Year's Eve week. Thanks again for joining me. Thank you again for subscribing. I appreciate all of your support. I hope you have a fantastic new year and it's filled with more blessings than you can handle, and that you've got to give some to me. Yeah, thank you. And I hope that you enjoyed the compatibility part of the reading. I'm going to try to incorporate that more into the 2019 readings as we go through the year. So yeah, take good care and I'll speak to you next time. Bye, Cancer.